She is sometimes maligned, sometimes adored, and at times even worshipped. But say what you will, Madonna is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And if you've read her children's books, you may just see a whole different side to her. She's just released her 5th book. This one's called Lotsa De Casha. We found her reading it just the other day to some very special children at the Jane Allen Emile Children's Library in Harlem.
You guys don't even know.
Madonna!
Long ago, and quite a distance away, there lived a very rich merchant who went by the name of Lotsa De Casha. He had everything that money could buy, but there was a teeny tiny problem. No matter how much money Lotsa De Casha made, he was not happy.
When you first start out, I'm sure, writing a kid's book, you go, I just want the kids to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing at first. And, you know, trying to get a good narrative, trying to tell a unique story, trying to tell something that's timeless and classic. I mean, that was a challenge for me. And now I'm not worrying about any of those things, and I'm just writing and having fun.
All right, so tell me about Lotsa De Casha. I mean, and that, which, by the way, is also, it's the title of the book, it's the name of the main character.
Yeah.
As well. Tell me about him. Well,
he's a greyhound, and he's very wealthy. He lives in a castle called the Lotsa De Casha, and he's miserable because all his life he was under the impression that what would make him happy would be to have the most money in the world. So he sets out on a journey to figure out what is the secret to happiness.
And as he goes on this journey, you've got these little facts at the bottom of the page. Let me just read you a couple of them.
Okay.
One of them is, just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's worth it.
Yeah.
Another one is...
Now, you know that's true.
Exactly. Unhappy people like it when everyone else is unhappy.
Yeah.
So as you construct this narrative, you also stop people at the bottom of these pages and go, let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly.
Do you think a kid can get that? Or is that just because the kid needs to hear it in black and white?
I think kids do get it, and if they don't, the parent that's reading it to them will get it. In a way, it's much easier to impart wisdom to children than it is to adults. So they're a much better audience for me.
I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were talking about an appearance you were going to make, and you were going to sign the book, and they said she's going to sign copies of her Kabbalah book.
My what? Not my children's book.
No, they said her book, her children's book that's about Kabbalah.
No.
And I thought, I wonder how she'd feel about that. Is this in keeping with the teachings?
Absolutely. I mean, the only way to enjoy what you have is to share what you have. If everything you think you have, you think you're the owner of it, not the manager of it, then it will never bring you happiness.
One of the last times when we spoke, we were in Los Angeles and we sat down and we talked, and I think you were in the early stages of Kabbalah. And one of the things I notice is when people write about you and Kabbalah in the same sentence, there's a tinge of cynicism.
I do know that there's cynicism involved, but I accept it because it's different. It's something new to people, and people are always guarded and suspicious of things that are new.
So because they don't fully understand it, it almost sounds to me they're trying to say, Madonna's gone a little off the deep end.
Why? Because she actually wants to do something to help make the world a better place? Well, okay. If that makes me off the deep end, then I've fallen off the deep end.
Do you think in some ways it may have hurt your career a little bit?
Not
Have you ever thought about that? No?
Why would it hurt my career?
That people, because they don't exactly get it, they're not sure about it, and they hear all this cynicism or skepticism about it, that they go, that's a little weird.
But think about what I was doing 10 years ago, 14 years ago, whatever. Now, there was a lot of people who weren't very happy what I was doing then.
Right.
And so you could say, well, did that hurt my career? But I just keep going, and I keep doing my thing.
Let me show you this new cover of Ladies' Home Journal. All right?
You're such a troublemaker. I know what you're going to do.
Why? What am I going to do?
Because you're going to show me another cover.
Okay. But so this is 2005.
Just like a man.
Here's Madonna, and here's 10 years ago.
That's more than 10 years ago.
1994. So 11 years ago.
Okay.
Sorry. Call me a liar.
Precise.
A liar for 1 year.
Okay.
What a difference.
Yeah. I look good in my underwear.
The leather bikini. Yeah, by the way, look, can we show this a little bit more? But did you ever, in your early days of your career, think one day I'll be on the cover of Ladies' Home Journal?
No, but I never thought I was going to be on the cover of Esquire either. I don't think about these things.
No?
No, and I've written children's books, and the Ladies' Home Journal is a good magazine to do an interview when you have a children's book
I love it's a great magazine, but I guess what I'm going to ask is...
It just goes to show you how versatile I am.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it all from leather bustier or bikini to Ladies' Home Journal, but can you be a pop star with this image.
Watch
with the
me.
slightly buttoned up ladies' home journal
That is a
image.
very nice Chanel suit.
Let's talk about marriage for a second.
We're talking about my children's book.
Oh, good. I love. All right, in your children.
Thank you.
Great.
That's-
In your children's book, you dedicate it to your
Who is this
husband.
guy?
Your husband, who gives me
Thank
lots
you.
of everything.
That's right.
What does he give you lots of?
Lots of laughs, lots of inspiration, lots of support.
And vice versa, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
What's the best thing about being married?
Having a best friend.
What's the worst thing?
Snoring.
You or him?
Him.
Yeah. Tell me about Lola and Rocco. What are they? I mean, is she a little you? A little version?
There have been reports. Yes.
In what way?
She's a show-off. She's cheeky, as they say in England.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's he like?
Rocco?
Yeah.
Shy, mischievous, very loving, but quiet. Doesn't walk into a room and demand that everybody pay attention to him like my daughter does.
One of the times I interviewed in the past, I said there were rumors that you were pregnant and you were going to have another child.
And I probably denied it, right?
Vehemently.
Yeah.
And
because there's certain things you just don't tell people.
2 weeks after you left the studio, you were announcing that you were pregnant. So there was some rumor I read this morning that you were taking... No, what?
No.
No, what? You
I'm
don't know what the
not.
question is. You're
I'm
not.
not.
Are you
No.
actively...
No.
No?
And no.
Would you like to
No.
have a third child?
No and no. We're not having this conversation. No.
You're
No.
not, in 2 weeks, you're not going to come out and
No.
say, guess what, Matt, sorry?
No.
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 Will you come back and see me soon?
No.
And for Madonna fans, she's in the recording studio. Her new album may be out by the end of the year.